Let me know once it's visible.
Yeah, it is coming.
Yeah, it's visible now. Anuj.
So you shared me the code, right? Anyone who tried but not able to understand the code or the logic. So everyone done with this, right? Then okay, then I think everyone is good with this logic then. Okay, so let me check what he's doing. Anyone try to explain this code? Anyone want to explain? It's not important if you tried this code or not. If you want to explain, you can explain because we already understood the complete logic of that. No answer. Okay, fine. See, the first line, this one, what is trying to do here? This one. So basically, it is trying to take the input from your user. Okay. So as we know, whenever we are trying to take a input from user, always we are getting string value, right? So that's what here we are expecting the integer value. So he's typecasting it. Okay. Now let's say user entered 20. So now this value is integer because of the typecasting. First line is clear, right? Second line, what he is trying to do? He is doing n by 2. So what output will get from here? n or n dot 0. Which one is correct?
I think it will be
10.
10.0.
10.0. So C variable means he's trying to get a half. Okay. So that represents half of your n. So user entered 20. That means n is 20 and C is just doing the half of that number. So C means half of the n. So this is 10.0, right?
Oh no, n is int, right? So it will be int on that.
It's a 10 will get. Okay, let's try. Let's verify that. 20. Let's see. Why we are getting 10.0 then?
Like highest order.
Hmm. Right. So this small things is there. So later, if you will go for the some complex logic, let's say if you want to compare something, so this here you are thinking this is the integer, but this is the float value. So this uh, you need to check. Okay. Now next line, what he is trying to do here? So if n is 0 or 1 or negative, it will print not prime. So yesterday we seen a logic for the prime number, if you guys remember. Okay, this is our logic. Okay, what we are checking, if whatever the number user entered, so if that number is less than 2 means we are expecting two values, 0 or 1, right? Less than 2 means this only. So if this number is there, we are directly saying this is not a prime number. So here if you see the logic, what is trying to do, less than or equals to 1, that means 0 or 1. So concept is right here then. Okay, so let's say if I'll enter 0, I'll get not a prime number. So the question here is, after getting this output, can this program execution will stop or it will continue? After this line, let's say user entered 1. Okay, so we got one output saying that this 1 is not a prime number. After this, will my program continues from here or it will just stop here, the execution of program? No, right? So it will continue from here, right? So our program does not stop here. The loop still runs. Why? Because this is in same line. So now this for loop, coming to this for loop. So this for loop, if we'll just try to break it, what this for loop will do? So loop will start from 2, right? And goes till n, correct? Then n plus 1. If you see here, n plus 1. Why we have this n plus 1 here?
It explodes.
Yeah, correct. So we know one concept, right? So in range, we have the syntax like start, end, and step, right? So start means this is the starting value, end means it will go till this. So let's say this is 10. So if this range will print the sequence of number, so my starting point is 3, let's say. So we'll start from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then it will not include this 10. Okay, so this will be excluded. So here user entered this 20, so I want to include 20 also. So here we have n plus 1. So what we are taking, let's say I wanted to take 10 also. So here I need to give 11, so that this 11 will be excluded and 10 will get, right? So the same logic. Now,
Hello.
after that, yeah, yeah,
So why we have took half, like why we have did that c equals to n by 2 step?
we'll understand. That is our logic. Okay, so that is there in yesterday class. You understood
No,
this
no.
logic?
Actually,
Okay.
actually, I am joining morning class. So today we
Oh,
didn't have morning class, right?
yes.
So
So this
that's
is
why I
the
don't.
assignment. Okay. So this is the
Yeah.
assignment we discussed yesterday. Okay. So now let's test. Who can explain this assignment to Arshad? Anyone want to explain? Guys, make this interactive class so that everyone will enjoy this, right? So it's not something we're able to learn silently.
Yeah, I can explain.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
Like first we are seeking an input, like from where to where, like the range we want to print the prime numbers. So after giving the input, we are checking whether it is a prime number or not. If it is a prime number, like whether it is a
Mhm.
even prime or odd prime, we are checking. So then if it is not a prime number, if it is a non-prime even, we are doing half of it, and we are putting under a lower half or upper half. For example, if we give the range as 20, all the 1 to 10 numbers will come under lower half, and 11 to 20 will come under upper half. So that's the reason why I put n by 2. So if the n by 2, that is c, is greater than n, with that logic, it will be under either lower half or upper half. And if the number is non-prime odd, here we are checking whether it is a multiple of 3 or not. If it is not, then we are printing it just as non-prime odd. Basically 3 conditions: prime, non-prime, non-prime even, non-prime odd. That's it.
Got it? Rained out. I'm not able to understand.
Not exactly, so I'm just like one. I will go. I have to go through that
Yeah, yeah, fine, fine. I'll explain. No?
code first.
Just tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here, this assignment, what we are doing. So first check that we are doing. Let's say we are checking it's a prime, whatever the number that is entered by user. Okay. So that is prime or not. This is the first check we are doing. So let's say if this is a prime, if this is a prime, okay. So we
Hmm.
are going for the case one. So we'll understand what is this case one. Okay. So case one, and then we'll discuss this case one. Okay. If this is not a prime, not a prime, then if this is not a prime, again we are going and checking. We are checking it's a even or a odd.
Okay.
Right? Now, third thing, if it's even, if it is a even, again we are checking one condition here. So we are checking the lower half. Okay, the lower half or upper half. Okay. Now, fourth condition, if it is a odd, if this is an odd number, right? So again we are checking it is divisible by 3 or not. So this is the simple logic assignment. So here the case one we need to understand. Okay. So if you see this, if I is prime, okay, if I is even, so we are just writing all this thing here. So now let's try to understand all the outputs that we are expecting with this. Okay. Till here you're good, you're able to
Yeah.
understand. Now
Yeah.
let's say user entered 20. So what number we will get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like 20. Correct?
Hmm.
Now,
Yes.
coming to the first case, what we are trying here. First thing is this 20, right? Simple, this 20
Hmm.
we are checking, or all the numbers we are checking?
We You have to check all the numbers, right?
No.
Well,
Yeah. So here I is prime we are checking, right? So we need to check all these numbers, whatever the prime. Okay. So let's say the prime number we'll get is, let's say we'll get 3, 5, 7, like this. Okay.
hmm.
All the numbers will get, all the prime numbers. So this condition is done. Okay. And we will get non-prime numbers also, right? So we'll get all the non-prime numbers like this. So now we have two lists here. So one is those are prime numbers, one which is not a prime number. So we'll understand if that is prime number, what we wanted to do. And if this is not a prime number, so we are checking this So this is not prime number, right? Not prime. So if this is not prime, we are checking. We we are very sure like this is not a prime because we already checked. If this is not a prime, we are again checking is it a even or odd. So again we'll get two lists from here. So for the even again we are getting or odd again. Okay. So for even we'll get 2, 4, 6, 8, something like this, and odd also will get something. Right? So now if it is an even, what we are doing? So before that, we are checking the upper half and lower half to do this. Let's say here even number is there, right? So now n is 20. So what we are doing? We are doing the lower half and upper half. Lower half is 1 to 10. This is your lower half. Okay. And we have 11 to 20. This is my upper half. That is what we are doing. C is n by 2. Okay. Now, so for all the even numbers, okay, all the even number with lying in this condition 1 to 10, okay, for that number we are just labeling like that. So let's say some number, some x number that is lying in this condition lower half and that is even, for that we are labeling it's a non-prime number. It's a non-prime because from initial we are checking it's a non-prime number and it is even number. Okay, and it belongs to lower half. So all the numbers whatever user enter, right, 1 to 20, so we are trying to label all the numbers one by one, one by one. In doubt, so output
No,
we are
yeah,
yeah, output we are expecting like this. So the first output that we are expecting, let's say 4. 4 is what? It's a non-prime, correct?
non-prime even number. Yeah.
Yeah, even number, and it is coming from lower half,
Hmm.
right? 6, same,
Non-prime
right?
even lower half. Yeah,
Even
same.
lower half. But let's take some other example. Let's say 12. So for 12, what we will label? It's a non-prime, but it's a even again, but it is coming from upper half.
Upper half.
Okay. Same for 20 also. Same label. Okay.
Hmm.
And for 9, what we will say for 9? It's a non-prime,
Non-prime.
odd number,
Odd number.
and it is
Divisible
this.
by 3.
Yeah. Okay. Some M3. Okay. For 15 also same. Okay. So for 1, what we will do? It's a non-prime, odd number,
Odd number.
right?
Yeah.
And it is not multiple of 3 also,
Hmm.
right? So we can say directly other or something. This is the assignment. Okay. So this is what we wanted as output.
Okay. Got it.
Now let's come back to our code. Okay. Now till here we already got it, right? What this for loop is doing. Now second line. What is this? So we are assuming the number is prime first. Okay. So now we assume all the number whatever user entered, those are prime, right? So we made this variable is prime is true for now. Then I'm writing a for loop to check all the numbers are prime or not. Okay. So this loop for I in range 2 and number. So this number is which number? Num. Where this number is coming from? Where?
The above for loop.
Yeah. So Let's try to understand this. So here, if you see, if I'll write the for loop here, okay, guys, please ask. If you're not able to understand, please ask. Okay. So if I'm writing for, this is, let's say, number. Okay. This is our temporary variable. In,
Hello.
yeah,
कौन?
okay, 2 n plus 1.
कहाँ पे है?
What it means? For number in range
HM
2
option.
n
HM
plus 1 is 21, right? So the first
HM
thing what it
option.
will take,
आर्टिक से बगल में.
the first value will get as a number is 2. Okay. Now it is coming inside this loop. Now we have again one for loop. Let's break it down. For I in range, again 2 and number here. So this range become what? So now for this particular loop, my range become 2 and 2. Okay. So here the I value will be, let's check. We're not able to get it. Let's check it. Let's write for I in range 2 and 2. Okay. Let's print I here. What we'll get?
Nothing. It will not enter into the loop.
So that means
Is prime is true.
this prime is true, right? So 2 is a prime number for us, right? So here we are not going and checking all this condition here because this loop itself is not correct. Okay. So now if is prime is true for that too, yes, is prime is true for this. Okay. Now inside this is true. So we are coming inside this loop, and then what we are doing? 2 modulus 2, correct? So this loop is true. So what we are printing? Yes, this 2 is a prime even and the number is 2. Okay. Let's say in place of 2, if you have 3. Okay. So let's do one exercise. Okay. So how many members are there now? We have almost 9, 8. Okay. So let's take one by one and let's explain everything for the each number. Okay. So let's start with 3. We'll go first. Who want to go first? What I'm saying, this number starts from 2. Okay. One by one, I'll give you the number. You need to explain the complete code from here. So I explained you for 2. Similarly, I'll give you the 3 now. So anyone try to explain? Don't worry, guys. Just explain. It will help you. In interviews also, if you're writing any code, they'll not interested in the code, the logic, the output. They are interested how you are thinking and how you are building a logic. Okay. No one? Anyone?
And
Let's start with 3. So from here, let's say this for loop here n plus 1, right? So now I'll write this thing, range 2 to 20. So the first number it will give is 2, that we already know. Now 3, this is the 3. Now your num is 3, this one. So from here you need to start explaining.
hello.
Yeah, yeah, you're audible.
Yeah. So the now number is 3.
Yeah.
So it will check the range from 2 comma. The number is 3 plus 1. So it will become from 4. So it will check from 2 to 4.
Okay, I'll help you to write here so that it will easy for you. 2 to 3, right?
4.
So
So
this
number is 3, so it will become 4.
No, it is 3 only.
how it will become 4?
So enter number is 3,
No,
right?
no, no. Enter user already entered. This n is 20.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
we
so for
have
2 to 3.
yeah.
So in for loop, it will check. So first condition is true because for it's a 2 to 3, so it will go inside the for loop.
Okay. So what value will it will start? It will have 2.
Start from 2. Yeah.
Okay. Then
So for if num mod 2, so
2.
num is
Yeah. I value is 2.
I value is 2 now.
Yeah.
So
So
2
here
mod 2 equal to 0.
num
So
here is
it's out.
here num is what? 2 or 3?
Num is 2.
No, num is 3.
Okay. Let's start again. Okay. This is what, guys. Don't worry. Okay. Maybe first code it will take time. Maybe later on after 10-20 days it will be very fast. Okay. Don't worry. So now I'll write everything here. Range 2 and 20. This is my first loop. Okay. So now think I am writing the num value. So num value 2 already we discussed. Okay. Now num value 3 we are discussing. Okay. Num value is 3 here. Now you can start. So this num value is 3. From here you can start.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So num is 3 and I is 2.
Hmm.
So the answer is a mod of that condition is false.
This one. Why? Because
Yeah,
your num is 3 mod of
2.
I is 2.
I
So
is
it
2. Yeah,
will not equal to 0, right? So this condition is false, right? So where it will go now?
it will go for its else.
Where is else? Do you see
So
any else here?
it no, so it will go for if its prime equal to 2. Again, it will check for its even or odd. The
Now
below right.
we are not inside this if, right? So
Yeah,
now,
so below.
yeah, again it will, because this is the loop, right? Again it will go to this loop because this condition is false here.
Yeah. So it will check for another number.
Yeah. So another number is,
4.
we don't have any number here. So this loop, where our loop is getting end. Let's say if I'm writing for I in range 2 and 3, what value will get if I'll write just
2
range?
only.
Only 2,
It's
right?
only 2. Yeah.
After that, this code execution ends here, right? So now
Yes.
this is the case. Now the code execution ends here because we don't have any value here, right?
Yeah, got it.
Will do.
It ends the for loop and come out of for loop.
Okay. Once it will
Up
come out
for loop.
of this for loop, what it will do?
It will go for upper for loop.
Upper one.
Yes.
Then what will happen?
So the number is
So we'll get number 4.
no.
Okay. Then
So is there any code of before after that for loop, the ended for loop?
Yeah,
this
the
one.
if condition will start. Huh, bottom.
Yeah. So you need to just think where it will go. Just look into these lines, right? Okay. Any else want to go now from here?
Yeah, Anuj, I can explain it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
Uh, so 3 modulus 2 is equal to 0. Like it, the condition doesn't satisfy.
yeah.
So next is the next number will be like for I in range will be 3 comma 3. So the loop will not execute. So now it
Correct.
comes out of the for loop and it will
Okay.
check for if condition. So
Correct.
if is prime is true, right? So it will go inside another if. So
Correct.
3 mod 2 is not equal to 0. So it will go to else spot and print it is prime mode and the number is 3.
Yeah, this one. Right.
Yeah.
So just think of our assignment logic that I just explained. First thing is we are checking the prime. If the number is prime, we'll do something. If number is not a prime number, then what we are doing? We are going and checking even and odd, right? Even and odd. So this 3 will come for even and odd because that number is
Yeah, but we are doing that for like non-prime, right? We are
yeah,
doing even and odd. But here it is written it is prime even like that.
yeah. So you mean to say this logic is incorrect, right?
No, no. I mean, don't know. I like didn't like
Okay.
completely understand this code. But what's it's written is that it is prime even. But according to our logic, we are doing even and odd for non-prime
Yeah.
numbers, right?
Now this. Let's forget about this code for now. Okay. Let's come and make our logic. Okay. We'll do one by one. N. Okay. N. This input. Okay. So whatever the input user will give, let's say n is 10. Let's think n is 10. Okay. Then the next line is Cn by 2. Cn by 2 is nothing but 5.0. Okay. This is your C. This is your n. After that, what we are doing with that code? We are checking n is less than or equals to 1. So since our n is 10, okay, so this condition is false. Got it? So nothing prints here. The program will continue from here. Now, till here, everyone is good. Now, we'll discuss about outer loop. Okay, we'll discuss about the outer loop. So, num from 2 to n. So n is 10 in our case. So 2 to 10. Okay. So this means what? We'll get the num value. Okay. So the num value will start from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Right. Now, now, as this is a for loop, what it will do? It will process one number at a time. So one number at a time means first let's start with 2. Okay. So now we'll do the iteration one by one. What we are taking here is prime. This is our variable. We define this as a true. Okay. Now from here we'll understand. Let's consider this is your step 1. Okay. This is your step 1. Let's understand step 2. Step 2, what we are doing? We are inside inner loop. So what is your inner loop here? So your inner loop will look like this: for I in range 2 and num. Okay. So what it means? So now number is 2. So what it means? For for number 2, the range will become 2 comma 2, that is empty. We already got it, right? We already checked. So here what will happen? So no division happens. Okay. So we already declared this is prime is true, right? So is prime is true only here because we have not changed it, right? So this already declared. So this will become true only. Now, step 3. Step 3. Okay. Now, if is prime equals to true, that is what he written. So if it is a true, it will goes inside. Okay. And then it is checking for what? It is checking for check even or odd. Okay. So now for the 2 only, 2 modulus 2 equals to 0. So condition is true. That means this 2 become even. Correct. So it will simply print a statement like this. For 2, right? Let's print the statement one by one. So the 2 will have like this. It is prime, even, right? Now, this is the iteration 1, guys. Okay. Now, let's go to the iteration 2. In iteration 2, this is iteration 1 we discussed. Now we'll discuss for iteration 2. In iteration 2, we'll have number 3. Okay. Let's think in this way now. Again, we'll do the is prime is true. Correct. We'll go for the inner loop. This time, inner loop will become 2 and 3. Right. Right. So I value will get only one number, that is 2. This is my I value here. Now, what it will do? It will go inside that inner loop, and again what we are checking here? What we are checking, because this time we don't have any number, this is empty. So no division happens here. So our prime becomes true only. So this time what we need to do? This time in iteration 2, let me remove all this. We'll do it for 3. Now we have the 3 number. So for 3, again it will do the modulus 3 mod 2. That is not equals to 0. That means it is not divisible. Okay. So here end of inner loop. Okay. But that is still prime. Right? Because 3 is prime. This is true. Now coming to the step 3. Okay. Now if this is not equals to 0, that means this number is odd. Last time we got the even number. This time 3 mod 2 is not equals to 0. So that means this is the odd number. So for 3, what we will get? Print statement. Prime. It is a prime. Odd number. Correct? Now, coming to the next part. Second iteration done here. Coming to the third iteration. Third iteration will have 4. For 4, what we'll have? Again, is prime is true, correct? Coming to the inner loop. In inner loop, what we will get this time? 2 and 4. So the number we'll get is 2 and 3, right? First I value is 1, 2, and second I value is 3, right? So now from here we need to discuss all the steps. So we will discuss for I value 2 now. Okay. So for the I value 2, what it will do? Number mod 2, right? Number is 4 mod 2, that equals to 0. So that means this is divisible, correct? So inside this, it will come to this loop, and is prime is false defined here. So after this, we'll have the break statement. Okay, here you have the break statement. So what it will do? Break statement. So it will immediately, it will stop execution, and then we'll say the inner loop stops here, because this is the break. Now coming to the third step. So in third step, because now is prime is false, now we got is prime is false, this one, right? After that we are breaking it. Now it will go inside your elif. Inside elif, what will have? Number mod 2 is equal to 0. So what it will do? It will give you 4 is a even, right? But it's a non-prime. Why? Because this is prime is false. So it is going inside this elif, and your 4 you are getting, this is a even number, but it's a non-prime. Got it? Then now it will go and check. Now it will go and check if number, okay, is greater than C. C is your 5. Okay. So now here, because this C is 5 and 4 is greater than 5, this condition is false. So in this case, 4 we will write it as it's a non-prime. It's a non-prime even, and coming from lower half. This is the complete execution of that code. Okay. Similarly, in iteration 4, right? We are in iteration 4. Yeah. So iteration 4, what will happen here now? Now anyone want to explain?
Yeah, for this iteration 4, it will take 5 as number.
Yeah, correct. Then
Then it will, okay, step 1 is prime equal to true.
Mhm.
Then it will enter into step 2 inner loop.
Yeah, correct.
For I in range of 2 comma 5, we'll get 2 3 4 3 values.
So it will check the divisibility for 2, 3, 4, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, then
So it will check for uh, 2 3 4, and okay, there like
2, 3, 4. That
2 3
means
4.
5
So
is
yeah,
by 2, 3 or 4.
so it will take 3 values, right? I mean, 2, it will check for 2 3 and 4.
Yeah, so
So
we can simply say no, none of is divides, right? So simply we can say it's a prime.
but 4 will be divisible by 2, right?
Why by 2? Why 2?
Now, so first it will take 2, so it will divide 2.
Focus on
Uh,
this number only. Focus on this number.
yeah, for this inner loop, we will get for okay for this condition for I in range of 2 comma 5, we will
Mhm.
get I values as 2, 3, and 4, right? Three
Yeah,
values.
yeah.
Okay. Then for number equal to 5, uh,
So the inner loop checks the divisibility by 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we'll simply say none of that will divides that. So simply we can assume that 5 is a odd number, right? And simply the 5 for 5 it will print what? It will print it's a prime odd number. Okay, okay, wait. Let's take it for 6. Let's assume 6 now. Now explain. Forget about this 5. Let's take 6.
yeah, okay, for 6, again it will take okay, step 1 is prime equal to true, it will execute.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, it will come to step 2 inner loop. Then
Huh?
it will check for this for I in range of 2 comma number is 6, right? So it will take 2, 3, 4, and 5 values for I.
Hmm.
Then after that, what is the step? Like okay, for after this for I in range, what is the next step? I didn't. So it will check for
This
which
step
step?
you are not able to understand. This one.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So let's take it for again what we discussed. Okay. So let's take it for that only so that we'll understand. So
Okay.
for
I in for 6 or 5. We can take
yeah.
5.
So let's take it for 6 or 7, anything. Okay. So now take it for iteration 5, that is 6. So here what it will do, your I value is what? 2, right? I value is 2. Okay.
2. Hmm.
Yeah. So I value is 2. In that case, 6. 6 mod 2 equal to 0. So it is able to divide, right? So we can say this is the prime or not prime. Just think about this. Okay, let's discuss this step. So you understood this? Let me remove.
For can you write that
Yeah,
code?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Easy. Will understand.
Okay.
Very simple. Now, here, come here. Let's discuss for 6. Iteration number 5. Okay,
Hmm.
will come here. First step is this. Is prime is true. This is become 2 comma 6.
2. Hmm.
No, number
Yeah.
is 6.
We'll
No?
get
Yeah, 2 comma 6. So I value becomes 2, 3,
2, 3, 4, 5.
correct? So
Hmm.
now we are coming inside this and checking what? Number is 6. 6
6.
is
Okay.
divisible
Okay.
by 2
Yeah.
equals to 0. That means we can say this is not a prime because it is
Not
divisible.
a. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Right? So
Hmm.
this is the logic. So
Okay.
non-prime number means it is divisible by 2, right?
Yeah.
Then if it is divisible by 2, immediately we are saying is prime is
Oh,
false. And then we are breaking. So we got that number. Is it a prime number or not? Simply. Okay. So now let's
okay.
think of this one only. So now we got
Okay.
prime number. What is this prime number? Any number which is divisible by 1 or itself, right?
Yeah.
Now it is divisible by 2. Then we know, right? So now,
Yeah. Now it is. Yeah.
yeah. Now, after this, let's say it breaks here, right? So it will go and check what?
We'll check for next if
Yeah, correct. So it will
condition.
check. Yeah. So it will check because this if prime is true here and we made this false, so it will not
False.
go inside this. So it will go inside this
Go
elif.
to Elif
right?
condition. Yeah.
A
Yeah.
if condition, that means this condition will true because this is not a prime number.
Not the prime number.
If
Yeah.
mod 2 equal to 0, this condition is true, it will come here and check number 6 is greater than, so let's say 10 means 5. Yeah, it is greater than this, so immediately it will tell that it's a non-prime number even, but it is coming from, okay, this is the true condition. So it's a non-prime, it
On
is
prime,
even
even upper half.
from upper half. Simple.
Yeah. Okay. That's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like this, you're able to understand. Okay. So this
Mm.
exercise you need to do. Okay. Every time, just think about the one by one each iterations. Okay. Now today we'll start with two statement, that is break and continue, and then we'll continue with the part. Okay. While, okay. So you already understood this break and continue. Let me write one simple code for I in range, let's say 1 and 6. Okay. I'll print simply I. What I'll get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So this is something that freely it is executing. But whenever you are working with any real business logic, right? So in between, we wanted to do something. Let's say after getting this 3, after executing this loop for 3 times, let's say we got our result there. I don't want to go for this 4 and 5. Okay. So in that case, let's say we wanted to stop that loop early, okay, and then we want to skip some specific iteration also, and let's say we wanted to react to some condition, maybe some errors, maybe some limit or some matches will be there. So at that time, I just wanted to do something, maybe the breaking of code or maybe skipping of that particular iteration. Okay. So well, for that we have two things. One is break statement. So what is break statement? It will simply break your iteration there itself. So break, immediately stop the loop and jump outside that loop. Okay. You're able to remember this? It's very easy. So break immediately stops. See, terminate the loop and transfer the execution to the statement immediately following the loop. Okay. So this AI is something. Okay. So it immediately stops the loop and jumps outside the loop. Okay. Now, so one more thing I'll write. So here, so once internally, one Python sees the break, right? This statement. Okay. So whatever the loop it is, okay. So the loop is terminated forever. Okay. Now let's take a simple example. Let's say if I'll write for I in range 1 and 6. Okay. So here, if I have, if my I value is equals to 3, at that time I wanted to just break from this loop and just I wanted to print my I. That means how it will work. Let's run it. 1 and 2. So how it is working here? So this will give you the number of sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It will give this number, right? So here inside this loop we have one condition. So 1, it satisfy the condition or not satisfy. So 1 is equals to 3. Condition is false. So it is going and printing that I. Correct? Good. So 1 we got the output. Now 2. Next time we'll get the 2, right? So 2 again, 2 is equals to 3. Condition is false. Immediately it is going outside this if block and printing I value. So I value is 2, right? Now the third condition. 3 is equals to 3. Immediately it will going inside if block, and then it is finding this break statement. What it means? It will not execute any other number. All this 3, 4, 5. Here all this loop is done. So once it find this break, right, it will immediately come outside of this for loop. Okay, so we don't have anything here. Okay, now let's say if I'll write print loop ended. So after 2 we need to get this if this loop ended, right? So let me write here one print statement inside loop. Now we'll understand. Okay, here also I'll write one print statement inside if block. Now let me execute it. See the output. First inside loop we are here. After that it is checking the condition. Okay, this condition is false, so it is printing this I. So we got 1, right? Now next iteration. Again it is inside the loop here. Again it is checking the condition and this condition is false. So it is printing I value, that is 2. Okay. Again if you see we are inside the loop here. Again this time it is checking the condition. This condition is true this time. So it is printing this block also inside the if block. Immediately it find this break statement. So it is not printing this also. It is directly coming out of for loop and it is printing this. This is the execution. Okay. Now let's say uh let's do one question. Okay, so let's say I value is 37. Okay, so if I'll have for I for I in range, let's say 1 to 101, let's say 100 number. So I wanted to get like this. Whenever my I value is 37, I just want one output. One output. Okay, I just want one output, that is number found, and that number also 37. So I want this one output. How to write this code?
Yeah, we can write if condition
Okay,
if I equal to 37.
so that means I is equals to 37. Okay, okay. If I'll write for I in range 1 to 101, and then here you are saying we can write this if, right?
Yeah,
If my I is equal to
37.
yeah, and add to that, so that will say Count the number and we'll break the loop. So, one, one. Now, second keyword that we have is continue. What it means?
Yeah, even it will continue the flow of execution. Even if we encounter some issues or other with some statement, it will not stop.
Okay, wait. Let's see the out and I'll try to think. If we have for I in range 1 to 6, here if I'll do if is equals to, okay, and then I'll simply continue, okay, and then I'll print I. What it will do? See the number 1, 2, 3 is guy. Hmm? Where is 3?
So if you continue, it will again go to that starting execution. It will start. It will not print I equal to 3. So
Continue keyword. So whenever we'll use continue, okay, it will just skip the current iteration, okay, and moves to the next loop cycle. Simple. Okay. So now let's understand this code. So here, this value we will get 3, 4, and 5. Okay. It is checking the condition if I is equals to 3 means 1 is equals to 3. This condition is false. So it is directly coming and printing this I value. So we are getting this 1. Fine. Next, we'll get 2. 2 is equals to 3. Condition is false. It is coming out of this if and printing this 2 for us. 3 is equals to 3. Condition is true. So as per definition, it will skip this iteration. It will print 3 or not. No. Here it will find the continue. So here it will immediately go to the next step here. Okay. So this is 3 is skipped here. Okay. So now it will start with 4 from here. Now it will again check the condition equals to 3. Condition is false. So it will print 4. 5 equals to 3. Condition false. It will print 5. Any doubt?
Yeah, like so it is basically skipping the given
Yeah,
condition.
yeah, that iteration it is skipping.
Like the condition we are giving, it will skip that condition.
Let's try to do one real-time example kind of thing. Okay. So I think we are at 10. Okay. So this I'll give it as a assignment again. Okay. So let's see. Uh, what I'll give. Okay. So let me write the problem statement. And then we'll discuss about the logic. Okay. So today, okay, let's build a login system. Simple. Okay. Now here, first All these are the condition. User has maximum 5 attempts. Okay, to enter correct password. Second, the correct password is, let's take anything. Let's say Raj Cloud 1 2 1 2 3 something like this. This is my correct password. Okay. Third point, uh, if the user enters an empty password, okay, we wanted to skip that attempt. Okay, so skip that will not count it. Okay, so this attempt will not count it. Fourth, if the user enters correct password, so some success message and stop the loop here itself. Okay, fifth point. Hmm, what else? Okay, so if the user enters a wrong password, will count the attempt. Okay, sixth point. If three wrong password, happen, then we'll block user and stop the loop. Okay, so how to write this code? Try to write this code, okay, today. Simple Python script you need to write, where you need to use break and continue. Any doubt? Okay, no doubt, then I'll give one more. I think everyone, it seems very easy to everyone, right? So let me think one. Skipping part will be easy also.
Hello.
Yeah,
So in sixth condition, after entering three wrong password, it's blocked.
yeah,
So there is no need for 5 attempts.
yeah, correct. But after wrong password, will block it, right? But this is not a UI, right? Every time I'll run that code, right? So you can change this as per your requirement. Okay, you can just go with this flow only.
Okay.
Okay. What else we can do? I'll give you one more. Let me think something. This is problem statement 1. Let's make it problem statement 2. So let's loop through some big number. Okay. So loop through for now what I'll write, this is, let's assume this is my transaction ID. Okay. We'll use all these terms. So transaction ID from let's say 1000 to only 100 will take. Okay. Now we'll look through this and then, but the rules we need to follow, some rules. So rule 1, I want to skip all the IDs which is divisible by 7. Okay. So in real time, let's say these IDs, we know these are the corrupted IDs. Okay. And then a valid transaction must be divisible by 9 and 5 also. Okay. And print the first valid transaction ID and stop it. Okay. Now, in doubt? No. Then again, I'll give one more word. Let's say problem 3. So what we can do? Okay, let's go for the pin one. Okay, so your pin, whatever the pin you enter. Okay, so be exactly of 4-digit. Maybe you're not able to count this number. Okay, okay, let's see how we can count. From if else we can do looping one. Now, it should not contain. It should not contain. There are no repeated words. Say not repeated digits. Okay. So this is the, for this we'll have some rules. Okay. So the rules, again we look through 5 attempts and then empty input means we'll simply skip it. The same logic you need to write. Always the length is not equals to 4, that will call it as invalid. Okay. And if we have a repeated number, we'll simply say this is invalid. If we have valid pin, we'll accept and stop immediately. Okay. After 3, I'll again write 3. Maybe this you need to 3 invalid attempts. Okay. We'll block it. Okay. So the nested condition you need to write for this. Okay, let's try this today. These 3 questions. Maybe This will help you to understand the loop part. Okay, try this. Yeah, you're able to get all this thing now in the question. Go for the loops one, this notebook. Try to get all these questions. Okay. Okay, guys. Any doubt?
Anuj, is it the same content that you have discussed in the morning session?
Today we have not discussed.
Okay.
Okay. So today we cancel the morning session.
Okay.
Today we have not. Yeah. So tomorrow, okay, sir. So Monday we'll have.
Okay.
Yeah. Morning and evening content are almost same, but examples sometime like it's depends. Some examples are different there.
Yeah, hi. Do we have class tomorrow? Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Do we have class tomorrow?
No, no, no. Tomorrow we will not have.
Okay.
Yeah, Anuj.
Yeah.
Like I just have one doubt. Like in the
Okay.
if condition, we can use like operators, right? Like and or not.
Yeah, yeah. We'll see those examples also. We
Then
can
in the
use.
second question, you have mentioned that it should divide like divisible by like something 5 and 9, I think.
Yes. Yeah.
So
We can
we
use operators that we discussed. We can use anything there. Just try. Okay.
okay.
We'll cover the while loop and then string and list comprehension, right? So mm, it goes string loop break continue. Okay. So we'll discuss the while loop here. We are good with this, and then this topic we can finish in just one day. This recursion might take some time, but recursion will it will go long with them. This part will skip for now. Okay, we'll directly jump to the data structure. So after this, we'll jump to the data structure directly. Okay, and then we'll discuss this. So by next week, we'll target take care. So maybe after this, we'll go little. Uh, we'll increase our pace little bit so that we'll have a good discussion around this file handling and the oops part. Okay. So after this, we can parallelly start other things also. Maybe Lambda, AWS side, this part. Yeah. Okay. Okay, guys.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Good night. Bye.
Yeah, okay, Anuj. Thank you.